So we're going to start by using something called Speck Alto Adige, which comes from the Trentino region of Italy. So there is our Speck Alto Adige. Now we need rice, and we need the right kind of rice. So here we have arborio rice. Now, the reason that this is so popular in Lombardia is because of the Po River Valley Plain. So you have lots of rice paddies in that area. So it just stands to reason that this would be something that would be on their menus. After that, we need some tomato juice. I used cherry tomatoes, like this. And all I did was put them in my blender or in your food processor, or you can use an immersion blender. I zipped them up. I put them through a sieve, took out the seeds and the skins, and I'm left with tomato juice. So it's going to give this a really deep flavor. And then we need onions, and today I'm using a red onion. Normally, we would use just a white onion to make a bionde type of risotto, a white risotto. That would be the classic version. But we're making a red version, a risotto rosso. And then we need cheese. And here we have a cheese that comes from a very different region. This is from the Veneto, from Asiago. And this is Asiago cheese. It's a cow's milk cheese. It comes from the town of Asiago. You'll know you're getting it by looking on the rind. And on the top, you'll see that DOP sign. DOP means that this cheese can only be produced in Asiago and in the regions around Asiago that are designated by a consorzio. So it has to meet certain criteria. Okay, so we have that. So we have cheese, onions, we have tomato juice, we have the rice, we have the Speck Alto Adige, we have olive oil, and we need red wine. That's all we need. So first I'm going to grate up some cheese here, and this we're going to add to the risotto at the end. You want to use kind of a heavy-duty pan for this. And put the speck in, Speck Alto Adige. And we want to cook that. All right, that looks good. That looks good. So now I'm going to take that out. So it's just got a little bit of color on it now. We don't want to burn it. The rice, about 1.5 cups. We add the onion, that goes in. And now we stir this around. Once all these rice kernels are coated, and you start to hear a little bit of a crackling sound, crack, crack, like popcorn, you know that then it's time to add the liquid in small increments. So you add, about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of wine, and you mix it around into the rice until you see that the bottom of the pan is dry, when you can just make a trough kind of in the bottom of the pan and you see that there's no more liquid there. That's the time to add the next addition of wine. So this process takes a good 20 minutes. And I know that there are people who say, well, you can just add all of the liquid at once and let the rice go by itself. Some people do cook risotto that way, but that's not the classic way to do it. The classic way to do it is to have patience, to stand here and to think about the rice, where the rice is coming from, why it's going to be so delicious, why you're making it in the first place. That's my mantra. So that was the second edition of red wine. And now I think you can start to think about how deep a flavor this is going to have. Red wine and tomatoes, Speck Alto Adige, onions and cheese? What could be bad? Again, we start adding the juice a little bit at a time and allow that rice to absorb it. How this is increasing in volume. This is going to be enough to serve 4 to 6 people, easy. So the rice is absorbing the liquid and it's getting creamier. It's letting out all of its starch, and that's what's going to create that creaminess that is what risotto is known for. So now what we need to do is put back the Speck Alto Adige, goes in, and the Asiago cheese that we grated. So we've gone cross regions today, from Lombardia to the Veneto to the Trentino Alto Adige to make this delicious risotto. And we need to add, just a smidge of salt. So there's a little smidge of salt. And when risotto is ready like this, you need to eat it.